What's happening there, YouTube world? We are actually in the garage today. I have checked Vanilla Ice dropped off his car. No, I'm just kidding. It's a 88 Mustang GT Convertible. Really nice car. And we are going to be doing some frame connectors. So the gentleman who I met, he actually lives near me, and we have a lot of mutual friends. He bought this frame connector kit. It is through a company, SMR, subframe connector kit. It comes with like little seat brackets, frame connectors. So what I did, it's not focusing, hold on. There we go. So I put everything up in place. It comes with these little seat brackets that mount here. So it's got these seat brackets that bolt in here. And everything's powder coated, and unfortunately you have to weld it, which I don't know why they powder coated it, because I have to grind all this back down. So I put the frame connector in place, and I marked the areas of the front subframe where I have to grind, and it goes all the way back. I gotta cut into the floor drain area because these are in the way here, so that has to be sliced, and this has to be either bent over or ground down. I'm gonna probably grind them down. And then back here, the convertibles had these bracing plates. What I'm going to do here is actually you cut here and then basically follow that line there. That piece gets cut out. So then when the frame connector goes in, it's actually going to get welded all the way across. And then this gets welded to the frame connector here. So not a bad little setup. It's a nice little car. It's actually really good shape for an 88. You don't see too many of these. So yeah, your frame connector goes all the way here and there. It connects the front subframe to the rear part, which is the rear section here in the frame. So, and this is not a race car. So these are just a simple design. I've actually done other ones that were bolt-in, but I always like to weld them either way. And these are actually a weld-in. So that's good. It says bolt-in on the kit, but then it also in the instructions tells you everything has to be welded. So all these areas I marked right here have to get ground down. All the paint has to be, or powder coat has to be removed in order for me to weld it properly. So it's kind of funny. So that's what I was doing. So let me grind these up, get them fitted, a couple tacks, get them in place, and we'll rock and roll. All right, so basically what I did was, as you can see, let me put a light here. So I cleaned up all the areas. I have the frame connector in place on the passenger side, as you see. The seat bracket I already tacked and fully welded and then painted, so that way I don't have to paint it in the car. And that will now hold it in place. So that is fully welded all the way, if you can see that, around, because I did it off the car. And now it's in place here. So we sliced, like I said, the little plates that they put on for reinforcement for the convertibles, and it is sliced all the way down. So that way now that will be welded to the frame connector, and then the frame connector is up against the frame rail. That'll get welded all the way across there, and it'll get welded all the way across there. So this side, I did not put it up in there yet, but you can see how it is notched, ready for the frame rail. Cleaned off as much as I could because it's hard to get in here. So I did it best I could. These I had to slice, so I just primed them real quick with a gray. That way we don't have to paint after. This one I still have to clean up and tack this and then fully weld it. I have not fitted it yet, but you can get an idea of what's involved. That's all cleaned off, ready for some welding. So what I'm going to do now is this side, because it's in place and ready to go, I'll make sure that's flush there, which looks good. And I'll make sure that's flush over there, and I will tack that, and I will tack that, and then this side is in for good, and then I will permanently weld it all the way around once I get this side in. So let me pull that bracket, clean that bracket off. Do the same thing like I did over here. I'll tack it once it's in place, fully weld it, paint it, throw it in there, and then I can start welding. Stay tuned. Alright, so this one is all in on this side, driver's side. Actually welded pretty good, considering old metal against new metal, and the new metal is powder coated, which makes no sense still. But I was able to weld all the way around, and then welded the convertible reinforcement plates to it as well, all the way around and then to the frame. So not bad. Had a couple flare-ups, but nothing major. And that's just, most of it was from the powder coating on the actual frame connectors. But so got that one all set. Not bad. Just doing small sections at a time so I can keep an eye on it, because I don't want to burn the place down. Anytime you're welding on areas of a car, obviously disconnect battery and pay real close attention to flare-ups. This side not too bad. It was kind of acting weird over here, but it welded good. I'm happy with it. Now on to the passenger side. Woohoo! Alright, well, we got passenger sides in, fully welded front, brackets all set there, and I did the best I could back here. Some of this, there's something underneath on the other side of this plate, and I don't know what it is, but it was smoking to the point where I could only weld so much. I could do like 2 seconds of welding, and then I have to stop and blow it down because it was like doing something. But I was able to get it all the way around, any points of contact on the frame, and all the way around here. It's this side is not as nice as that side, but it's definitely still welded fully, and it will work and function. So just gonna throw a little paint on there, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. So that's just a short video I did on some frame connectors for this Mustang. There's all different types, different styles. Sometimes I usually just make them myself. I have some 1x3, or I'll get some square stock, like up here. I have some 1x3 thick wall. That stuff works great because it's flat. It keeps a low profile to the undercarriage, but these will work really well. It's not a bad little kit. I like that it actually bolts to the seat, so now your seat bracket won't pull out of the floor in case of any type of accident or something like that. So at least it kind of structurally ties a lot in, so that's kind of nice. So, and that's it. So yeah, the company was SMR. Never heard of him before, don't know where he bought it, most likely online. But if you look it up, it's just a generic subframe connector, 79 to 04 Mustang. So I'm going to throw a little paint on there, I'll be ready to go. So thanks for tuning in. Enjoy.